Hi friends, and welcome back to You Can Yoga 2's Chair Yoga. So this is an up-down class, so we're going to start seated and then we're going to get up and still use our chair for support. So this is a little mix, okay? So we'll start seated in our mountain pose, grounding down through the feet. And remember, if you scooch toward the end of your chair and your feet aren't firmly on the floor, you're going to want to put your blocks or a bolster or something under that feet. So you can, under that feet. So you can ground down, so you can sit up tall in your mountain pose. And we're gonna take 3 big breaths to center. So centering is exactly what it sounds like. It's making you the center. It's bringing all that energy in, so you can focus on you, your body, and your breath, and feeling real good. So you can go ahead and sit up tall, close your eyes, bring the hands to the thighs, and just think of the breath moving through the nose and all the way down to the belly. Shift the energy from outward to inward. And one more. And then blink your eyes open. We're going to do a little more breath work. We're going to add a little shoulder motion to this. So on your inhale, you're going to shrug your shoulders up by the ears. So you're going to tense your shoulders, like you're carrying the weight of the world on there. This is usually how I wake up, I'm not going to lie, like a little turtle. And then on your exhale, you're going to push the shoulders back and down, okay? So inhale, shrug it up. Exhale, drop them down. Put a little force behind it. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, squeeze it up. Exhale, push it down. And one more time. Inhale, squeeze it up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, push it down. Great job. And then sitting up nice and tall. Let's get our neck into the game here. So we're going to take that left ear toward the left shoulder and then roll it over to the right. So you take this as you please. Getting a little range of motion, ow, 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 in the neck. My neck doesn't have a lot of range of motion. Trying to loosen it up. You can go all the way around with these two if that feels good. My neck doesn't go back that way, so I'm not going to do that. Remember, this isn't about me. Who's it about? It's about you. All right, and one more time. And then we'll take a little side bend. So I'm gonna hold on to the chair with my right hand. Inhale, reach that left arm up and over, bumping that left hip out, reaching with the right fingertips, or the left fingertips toward the right. And then inhale, reaching up, come back to center, and right away to the other side. So holding on to the seat of the chair, we're gonna lift that right arm up and over. And then exhale, bring them down. Beautiful job. Then we're going to take our little twist. So I'm going to bring my hands to the heart, press the hands together like you mean it, and then twist toward the right. So we want to keep the legs and feet squared up to the front and just turn right from the core. Twisting. And if you can hold on to the back of the chair here or the seat of the chair. And I'm going to take my left hand to the outer edge of my right leg to get a little deeper into the twist. So use that chair. Use what you have to make the practice fit you. And unwind, come back to center, and we'll go to the other side. So bring the hands together, pressing, take that twist, reaching the left hand down, right hand comes to the outer edge of the thigh, little more into the twist. And as you twist, you want to keep reaching up, crown of the head going toward the ceiling. Big breaths in our twist. Remember, the number one thing or any practice, you want to keep breathing. And exhale, unwind. And we'll take a few cat-cows. So bringing the hands to the knees, we're going to exhale round for our cat pose. Tuck the belly, tuck the chin, and then inhale, pulling forward, pulling the arms back and down, pressing the chest forward. Exhale, round into your cat pose. Really round, round, round. And inhale, cow. Excuse me. One more. Beautiful job. And then we'll take a round of sun salutations. So sitting up nice and tall, we're going to inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up on the left toes as you slide the hands up the legs. Come back up, and exhale into your mountain pose. On your inhale, we're going to take cobra. So coming up on the toes, pulling, squeezing the shoulder blades together as you pull the hands back, look up, and exhale back to our mountain pose. On your next inhale, we're going to come up on the toes, press away, and exhale back to your seated mountain pose. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up on the right toes as you slide back up to your mountain. Exhale down. And take a breath. And we'll take another round. So inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left toes, slide it up. And exhale, bring both heels down. On your next inhale, point the toes, press away, and exhale down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. This time, come up on the right toes, slide it up, and then press that other heel back down, and hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left toes come up as we slide up. Exhale, both feet plant. Inhale, press the floor away. Exhale, back to the legs, or the air. I always imagine that the floor is there to press away. Inhale, reach both arms up, and exhale, fold. Coming up on the right toes this time as we slide up the legs, plant the heel, and hands to heart center. All right, you guys feeling warm now? Perfect. We're gonna stand up. So we're gonna get up and come around to our chair. So we're gonna come to the back of the chair first. Again, if you still feel unsteady, I like to have my wall here for that extra little bit of support. And we're gonna just hold on to the chair, and we're gonna take those side bends like we did sitting, but standing up. So holding on to the chair with your left hand, we're gonna take the right hand up and over. So big side bend here, stretching through the body. If you're feeling froggy, you can take those right toes out. Gives you a little more stretch. But if you're here, really press into that right heel. Great job. Press into the chair to come back up, and we'll take it to the other side. So holding on with the right hand, lift that left arm up and over. Keeping that left shoulder pulling back, so we're not leaning forward or backwards, we're going right to the side. It's a lateral bend. Beautiful job. And then exhale, come back up. We're gonna turn and face the chair. And with our fingers on the chair, we're gonna step back. Scoop my chair forward a little bit here. Into a forward fold. So I'm bringing the feet about hip width apart. We're gonna hinge from the hips. This is also a version of down dog. So we're gonna take the edges of our hands and bring them to the tops of the chair, engaging through the arms, bending into the knees if you need to, and hinging at the hips, trying to bring the ears between the biceps. But if that doesn't work for you today, just stay up here, trying to get the torso even with the floor. My knees are bent, my legs are strong, reaching through the fingertips, gently pressing into the chair with the knife edges of those pinkies. One more breath here. Amazing job. Press into the chair, inhale up. And then we're going to take our left foot forward, bending into that left knee and pressing out of that right heel. This is like our high lunge, okay? So you might have to step back a little more. It depends on how much intensity you want and how your body's feeling today. Remember, we want to make these our own, but we don't want this left knee to go past the toes. Remember, safety first. Checking in with the breath, checking in with the body, checking in with the mind. Strong legs. Pressing back through that right heel. And then again, we're going to step back, coming back into that folded down dog variation. Strong legs, reaching through the fingertips. Keeping the belly strong, the legs strong. Engaging everything. And then on your inhale, power up, come up. And then that right foot's going to come forward. We're going to take that lunge on the second side. So bending into that right knee, holding onto the back of the chair for support. We're going to press as strong as we can through that left ankle. And that left heel, you might feel it all the way up the leg. Pressing and strengthening. You got this. Stay with me. This is a short practice, but it's a powerful practice, especially if you're transitioning from the chair to standing. And then one more time, we're going to step that right foot back, bending into the legs, reaching through the arms, trying to get those ears between the biceps, really reaching strong through the arms, pressing into the chair. You should feel this, but careful not to tense up in the neck. Always breathing, always nice deep breaths. Beautiful job. And then gently we'll walk the feet in toward the chair and come up to stand. And now we're going to flip the chair, or you could just walk around the chair, I guess, since you're not on camera, however you want to do it. But we're going to come to the seated part of the chair and do a little triangle pose action. So I'm going to turn, we'll start on the left side. So my left toes are pointed toward the chair. My right toes are going to come so I have a heel to arch alignment. So if you drew a line from this left heel to the right arch, it's going to be a nice straight line. And you can always adjust this as needed. So if you need to turn those right toes in, go for it. That is allowed. Remember, there's no cheating in yoga. I'm going to bring my hands to my hips, and then I'm going to reach forward. So figure out your leg placement here first. I like it about here, yeah? And then we're going to bring our arms out, and we're going to shift from the hips. So we're going to bump this right hip out, reach forward, and bring the left hand to the top of the chair or to the seat of the chair. And then we're going to let that right arm come up even with the left arm. So again, here, working, yeah, or here. So wherever you want to go. So you're trying to scoop this left hip under you as we reach out through the right fingertips. And again, you can always shorten the lever here, bring that right hand down to the right hip if your shoulder's not feeling it. Big breaths here. Taking your supported triangle pose. Awesome job. And then bring that hand to the hip if it's not already there, and press away from the chair to come back up. And now from there, we're going to take a little extended side angle with the chair. So I'm going to scooch my right foot back a little bit more, open up my legs a little bit wider, and we're going to start the same way, except for we're going to bend into this left knee. So feet are the same. Find your individual footing. so that you feel a stretch. You want to feel some heat through the legs, but not too much heat where you lose your breath. So that's one of the things that we work on in yoga, is finding that balance. We're going to take the arms out, straight and strong. And same thing, you're going to bump that right hip out, shift forward, bring the chair or the hand to the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. And then once you find your footing, we're going to reach this right arm up and over for extended side angle. So trying to spin your belly button up toward the ceiling. Keep really rocking that back edge of that foot, the knife edge of that right foot. Press it in, super strong. One more big breath. You're doing so good. And then we press off those left fingers, come back up to center. And we'll take it to the other side. So you can just turn around. I'm just going to move my chair so I can still be facing the camera. And we're going to get those legs set up. So from here, I'm going to turn those right toes toward the chair, setting up that heel to arch alignment. I'm going to bump my left hip out. I'm going to tilt toward the right, take my arms out, shift my hips forward, and then either bring the hand to the back of the chair, working here, or to the seat of the chair. And then once you're here, you can always go, I need to spread my legs a little wider, or I need to bring the foot in a little bit. Remember, your feet aren't glued to the mat. You can always make these adjustments. So you're trying to pull this left hip back, tucking the right hip under, keeping the torso long. So opening up. With our triangle pose, you can also lean right up against the wall. The wall is one of my favorite props, and that'll make sure that you're in proper alignment. Beautiful job. All right, then push out of those right fingertips. Come back up to center, and then we're going to bend into that right knee to take our extended side angle. And you can even line that knee up with the chair. Just be careful you don't knock your chair over. That's a little helpful guide if you get it right up to the chair. And then same thing like with our triangle, but with the legs bent. So you want to shift forward and either come to the top of the chair or to the seat of the chair. And then when you're ready, that left arm is going to come up and over. Or again, you can keep that hand on the hip. And you want to keep this knee from dropping down towards center, because I wasn't paying attention to it. It started to drop in. We want to keep that knee stacked over the ankle. If you're not paying attention to it, it'll try to flop forward and send you out of whack. So taking your version of side angle, trying to spin that belly button up toward the ceiling. One more big breath to lengthen out. And then press through that right hand to come on up. Hands come to hips. And we're just going to heel toe, beep, boop, back together. And then we're going to take our tree pose. So I'm going to take my block, and I'll show you a couple of variations of tree that you can do with the chair. So of course, we want to come to our standing mountain pose, feet about hip width apart. If you don't know your standing mountain pose, go back to my Yoga Fundamentals series. It's very important to have those good foundations. Standing up tall, we're going to shift all of our weight into that right foot and bring that left foot anywhere above or below the knee, okay? Or, for a little more support, you can bring your block down, as long as you don't kick it over. There we go. And bring the left toes to the top of the block. So you're still strengthening this right leg, you still have the support of your chair, and you're getting this external hip rotation here. So you can play with that and try that. Another option, if you can get your leg up high enough, is you can just bring your left foot to the seat of the chair. So again, this hip is open. You're pressing into that right foot to strengthen this leg, and we're working on our balance. And then once you find your version of your chair tree, find your drishti, that's your focal point. So focus on something that's not moving. Take 3 breaths. You can do whatever you want to do with your arms. Awesome job. And then coming back to center, make sure you support yourself as you get back to your standing mountain pose, and we'll take it to the other side. So you're going to shift the weight into your left foot from your mountain pose, holding onto the chair. Bring that right foot anywhere above or below the knee. And if you fall out of it, don't worry about it. If you fall out, you shift back, you take a breath, you find your drishti and you start over. Just don't quit. That's all you have to do in yoga. Keep showing up, keep breathing. Right? Taking your version, using your block, using your chair, breathing deep. You can always lift up an arm if that feels good. You might even play with lifting off. One day. You don't have to do it today. See, I can't talk and balance at the same time. And then exhale, bring it back to center. Amazing job. And then we're going to just come back into the chair to close off our practice. So come back to your seated mountain pose, supporting the feet if you need to, bringing the hands to the tops of the thighs. Grounding down, being really proud of yourself. You did an amazing job. Bringing the heart rate down. Big breaths into the belly. Close your eyes here. Just allow everything to soften. Taking this time for yourself to be nice and quiet and calm for just a few breaths. And then gently blink your eyes open. And you're ready to face whatever the day has ahead of you. Thank you so much for practicing with me here today. Remember to go with gratitude and lead with love. If you want more practices like this, you loved it, you hated it, let me know in the comments or contact me at YouCanYoga2. I got Facebook, Instagram, Gmail. It's all at YouCanYoga2. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you need and have a beautiful day.